Did Jesus get rid of the dietary laws of the Bible? In this video, I'm going to be taking a hard look at those laws and see if we as Christians should still be obeying them. Hi, I'm Tyler, your Christian personal trainer, and here at 517 Fitness, I'm all about helping you lose weight and gain faith. The dietary laws of the Bible are actually a small part of a bigger group of laws that are called the Mosaic laws. These are 613 laws that God gave Moses while he was up on the mountaintop. These laws range from how to do business, how to interact with people, how to handle crime, and how to handle sexual relationships. But for the sake of this video, we're only going to talk about the dietary laws. Well, that's what we focus on majority here on 517 Fitness. These dietary laws basically kind of sum up what we can and can't eat, roughly how to prepare that, and things of that nature. So before we get into if Jesus got rid of these laws, we should probably understand why these laws were put into place in the first place. These laws were given by God because basically the Israelites needed to have a standard of living. They needed to be given rules and commands so that they knew just how sinful they were actually being in their day-to-day life. These laws were made to protect them and keep them healthy. Yes, healthy. God himself in Exodus 15:26 says this, "If you will diligently listen to the voice of the Lord your God and do that which is right in his eyes and give ear to his commandments and keep all his rules, I will put none of these diseases on you that I put on the Egyptian, for I am the Lord your healer." God gave us these laws and commands to heal us, protect us, to give us the best possible life we could have. Now, let's jump over to the New Testament, which adds a little bit of confusion about these laws and if we're supposed to still keep them or not. Mark 7:18 through 19 says this, and this is Jesus talking. And he said to them, "Then, are you also without understanding? Do you not see that whatever goes into a person from the outside cannot defile him, since it enters not his heart, but his stomach, and it is expelled? Thus, he declares all foods clean." So does that mean that we aren't supposed to follow the dietary laws of the Old Testament? I think that there's three main things that we need to look at to address this question. The first being the context. At the beginning of Mark 7, you find out that the Pharisees have just come across Jesus and his disciples. The Pharisees are basically the religious leaders of that time. They're kind of a cross between a politician and a pastor. As you read the New Testament, it's almost as if they're the bad guys per se. More often than not, they're trying to catch Jesus in a lie or corner him in a theological kind of debate. And every time through his actions or his words, Jesus just comes right on through and swipes right underneath their feet, basically just flips everything that they were thinking around, and basically just Jesus being Jesus. Well, in this particular instance, the Pharisees show up and they see Jesus and his disciples. And they see that the disciples are eating bread, and they're eating bread in such a way that it is not how their traditions and rituals of that time allow people to eat bread. Basically, the disciples didn't wash their hands properly before eating the bread. So, grab your Bible and go back to Mark 7:18 through 19. Basically, Jesus is just telling the Pharisees, relax, dirt don't hurt. I find it interesting that people use this sentence, these verses, to show that we shouldn't eat the way of the Old Testament, the way that the dietary laws lay out. But in the context of the verses, God is actually talking about washing your hands and washing your hands to eat bread. And that has nothing to do with the dietary laws. Yes, the dietary laws are how you should eat, and they're talking about eating per se, but it's very much an apples and oranges type of a correlation. The second point we should really look at is the bigger picture that Jesus is trying to point out to the Pharisees. See, the Mosaic laws were laid out to give us kind of rules and guidelines to live the best life possible. They weren't designed for salvation. It is only through Jesus Christ that we can be saved. And Jesus, knowing this, was bringing light to that within this conversation. So right after Jesus told them, basically, dirt don't hurt, he says this: what comes out of a person is what defiles him. For from within, out of the heart of man, comes evil thoughts, sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, coveting, wickedness, deceit, sensuality, envy, slander, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within, and they defile a person. Mark 7:20 through 23. What comes out of a person's heart is way more important than what goes into a person's stomach. It is the heart that leads to salvation, not the stomach. I think a better verse that really clarifies this is Matthew 5:17 through 20. Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. For truly I say to you, until heaven and earth pass away, not an iota, not a dot will pass from the law until all is accomplished. Therefore, whoever relaxes one of the least of these commandments and teaches others to do the same will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does them and teaches them will be granted great in the kingdom of heaven. For I tell you, unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and the Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. The third point we should take a look at is actually the translation of the Bible. When you look from Bible translation to Bible translations, there are multiple things different in just this one verse as you go from translation to translation. The reason being is that parenthesis part where it says, and thus all food became clean. That sometimes is there and sometimes isn't, because that is added in by the translator. I think my personal favorite translation of just this one verse is from the Complete Jewish Bible, where it reads, for it does not go into his heart, but goes into his stomach, and it passes out into the latrinae. Thus he declares all foods ritually clean. There are two things about this translation that I actually find very entertaining. The latrine is actually just the toilet. God is basically saying, don't worry about it, you're going to poop it out. In this translation, roughly. But the other part that really sticks out is that he makes all foods ritually clean. Rituals. Those are the things that the Pharisees put into place. He's not talking about the laws in the Old Testament. So for those three reasons, I think as Christians, we should, to the best of our ability, really try and keep the dietary laws of the Old Testament. What do you think? I would love to hear kind of a discussion about this in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this channel. If you're new to 517 Fitness, hit that subscribe button. I would hate for you to miss out on any of my videos. Thank you again for watching this. God bless, finish strong, and I will see you in the next video.